Tina from tinahills.com, and today I'm speaking about the planet Mars through the 12 astrological signs. So, what do you think Mars describes in astrology? What do you think is the archetype of Mars in astrology? What do you think it means in your natal chart? So now, if you've seen my videos about Venus, then you know that Venus is the feminine archetype and Mars is the masculine archetype. As Venus is about the pleasure principle, Mars is about the desire principle. And what do I mean by that? I mean that it's Mars is everything we desire and all the action in the world. Mars speaks of relationships, okay, and the kind of relationships we have, the kind of fire we have in the bedroom. Okay, all this is the domain of Mars, not just Mars in isolation. It has to do with the moon, Venus, Mars, Lilith, and a few other things. But to understand the kind of lover you are in a male, you need to understand their Mars sign. And to understand in a female, to understand what kind of a man she's attracted to is her Mars sign. Okay, so Mars in Aries. If this is your placement, then you're in the right place. This is your video. Now, Mars is in his domicile in Aries. What does that mean? That means that Mars rules Aries. Mars also used to rule Scorpio, but as of now, Mars and now Pluto rules, Echo rules Scorpio, but Mars rules Aries. And what is this sign about? Once we understand that, we'll be able to explore the archetype of Mars through it. So Aries is essentially a fire male cardinal sign. It speaks of shift and flux and change. So it's a very changeable energy, which is not static, which is all uh, trying to go from one point to the A point to B point very quickly. Okay, fire, you can understand how it starts, how everything just gets fired up. Okay, so that's the energy of Aries. And Mars loves this placement because this is where Mars can just go forward, do all the actions that he needs to do, perform whatever he needs to perform. He's a male, masculine archetype, remember. So now there are a few ifs with the placement of Mars here. Of course, it gives you tremendous impetus to grow, to move, to develop, to start new ventures, to be a trailblazer. It gives you tremendous energy for that. But what it does not, what it can do is it can make you impolite. You don't understand patience at all. Okay, so learning patience is a virtue. You can be violent at times if you're having a rough transit of Mars and that touches your natal Mars. So you can be violent, you can be aggressive. Also, Mars Pluto aspects speak of all these things, sadism, masochism in our birth charts. So, being calm, understanding the energy that everything is not always fast moving. Now, in a relationship, you will probably want to take the lead, okay, because you don't want to play second fiddle to anyone. It'll be your plans. You can be quite a narcissist at times, but if you keep the energy balanced, then the Aries going forth can be really powerful. It doesn't have to be something that hinders you. So you like to take the lead, you like the chase, you like to pursue someone and have them say yes. You cannot handle no. So that's also a part of you. And if someone's not stirring up all your passions and you lose interest, you're like, okay, I'm done. I don't want to stick around here. Uh, I'm not saying that Mars and Aries are not here for the long haul. Usually they aren't, but if you can really awaken the passion within them and show them adventures and, you know, entice their visual field, because Aries rules the head. So essentially, Mars here loves any kind of hair play, or that's more Venus in Leo and Mars in Leo, but any kind of head massage or any kind of eye stimulation. They want their partner to be good looking. Okay, this is a part of Mars and Aries, someone they can show off, someone they can take around. They don't, let's just say they don't want a domestic goddess necessarily. They want someone creative, they want someone who can ignite sparks within them. Now, if a female has a Mars in Aries, then she's going to always go for the dominant type of guys, you know, unruly mass of hair, maybe big muscles or whatever. You also have to see the moon and Venus placements to get the rounded story. But in a woman, Mars in Aries will show she wants someone to dominate, someone to tell her, someone to take over the relationship. Because pretty much with Mars in Aries, you can expect someone to take over the relationship. It can be stifling. Okay, so this is an energy that you have to address and understand and grow with. Okay, so and Mars here does have an issue wrapping things up, you know. So if you have Mars in Aries, it's important for you to understand closure, to understand completion. If you have children, for instance, and they're going to be extremely hyperactive, so don't diagnose them with ADHD just because you think they're very hyperactive. Look, if they have their Mars in Aries, then you know that they can't quite concentrate on one thing in one go, and they need to just explore their horizons, so to say. Okay, so even if you are at work and you're seeing that, okay, you know, things just, you know, you just can't handle routine, it's because you have Mars in Aries. Of course, you have to see your ascendant lord, very many other things, but this is essentially about not being able to really settle down with one person or in one situation or in one relationship. You want to have you don't necessarily have the roving eye, so to say, but you do like a conquest. Okay, you do like to win someone over, someone you like, and you do want them to swoon over you, and you do want that connection. It's going to be very passionate with Mars and Aries. Fire and Mars is this masculine desire principle, so it's going to be fire, fire, and a lot of attraction. Okay, so sometimes this attraction necessarily may not translate into something long term, because again, Mars in Aries is not necessarily looking at long term. They're looking at what strikes them, what turns them on about you now, and how you can feed their fire. So that's also another very important thing, to feed their fire. Okay, with all the three fire signs, it's important to do that. Now that was a bit about Mars in Aries. Well, Taurus, Venus, if you're the male or whatever it is, it's I would say opposites, because you know every sign, the energy is so disparate. Say Aries to Taurus, this is like cardinality Aries, and this is fixed earth feminine. So the shift from one sign to the other is always very dramatic. So Mars in Aries and Mars in Taurus are very different people, but again, opposites do attract. Maybe it's because of their functionality in helping us realize that there is another valid side to the equation. Somebody else has a point of view and it's absolutely valid, just like ours. And Mars in Aries, I think, would do. Uh, would do much better if they understood that others do have an opinion, and others do want to sometimes tell you where they want to go. You know, they can be very possessive. So that's again something that Mars in Aries is possessive. Okay, they don't want you flirting with their friends or making googly eyes at another guy. That's gonna put them off. Okay, and with women, as I said, you've got to pursue them with Mars in Aries. You've got to pursue them. You've got to make them feel like, okay, you are a domineering man. You are the domineering man, and you're here to take charge. That's important to them. So that was a bit about Mars in Aries. I hope you liked that video. Please let me know what you think in the comments below. Like, comment, subscribe, share. It means the world to me. This is Tina from Tina Hits.